the start of this summer, News Channel 13's Faith King sat with Albany's Police Chief Eric Hawkins and asked the chief if he thought the city would see a bloody summer. His answer was no. During the first week of summer, 4 people were shot. 3 of them, all under the age of 30, died. And despite that deadly week, Chief Hawkins tells Faith the city is seeing progress. He sat down with Faith once more.
I knew that the numbers were down. I had no idea that they were down as much as they were this year compared to last year.
But Albany's Police Chief Eric Hawkins says he's not celebrating just yet.
We had some disturbing incidents. We had some challenges. But when you look at our numbers for the summer from Memorial Day to Labor Day this year compared to last year, the numbers were astounding.
Taking a look at those numbers, confirmed shots fired are down by nearly 40%. In 2022, the city saw 67 confirmed shots fired. This year, 41. Last summer, there were 30 shooting incidents. This year, 14. In 2022, 43 people were shot from Memorial Day to Labor Day. This year, 15 people were shot in that same time frame. And arrests are up, with APD taking 758 people off the streets. Last summer, 713 people were arrested. Chief Hawkins saying this is evidence that progress is being made. Progress from a plan the department put in place during the pandemic.
Gun violence spiked to levels that we had not seen probably ever in the city of Albany. It spiked across this country at unprecedented levels. And we knew that we had to address that. And so 3 years ago in 2020, we started doubling down on these strategies.
When we talked with Chief Hawkins back in May, he told us about the department's different strategies to help keep crime down this summer, like putting extra resources and police officers in areas of high crime. Coming up in the next part of this one-on-one interview with Chief Hawkins, he'll tell us about a plan he implemented 3 years ago. Reporting in Albany, Faith King, coverage you can trust.
The City of Albany tonight says it is seeing progress against gun violence. That's a message from Albany's Police Chief Eric Hawkins during our 4 p.m. newscast. We looked at this summer's gun violence compared to last year. The chief says that the progress comes as a result of a plan that he put in place 3 years ago. Faith King has more.
This city is heading to a place where we are going to be the safest major city in this country.
A bold statement said with great confidence. Albany's Police Chief Eric Hawkins believes in his plan, a plan the chief knew the city needed 3 years ago after a spike in gun violence.
Last 2 or 3 summers have been tough. You know, it's tested this city, but this city passed that test. This city rose to the occasion.
That's been one part of why Chief Hawkins says the city is finally on the right track: community resilience and community support from both sides. Another part, the chief says, is trusting his department despite staffing shortages. The department still needs about 55 officers.
We started strengthening our partnerships with other law enforcement agencies. We empowered our officers, you know, decentralizing decision-making in this police department to allow lieutenants and sergeants to shift resources when they see that there's a spot that's emerging someplace else. You know, they don't have to get permission from a chief or a commander to do that.
Also this summer, we saw a different level of transparency from the chief and city leaders. In August, both Chief Hawkins and Mayor Kathy Sheehan announced they would start providing regular public safety updates.
It's important that the community knows exactly what's happening. Usually when you have the chief or the mayor having press conferences, it's about something bad that happened. And so we were constantly feeding this image to our community through our press conferences before that, that, you know, things were spiraling out of control, things were always bad. You know, why should we always talk about the bad things that are happening in this community? There are so many more great things that are happening.
But despite a decline in all violent crime in Albany, from murders to rape to robbery and aggravated assault, Hawkins says the battle is not over.
I'm not waving a flag of success. This is not a victory lap.
Adding his plan hasn't created perfection, but we are seeing progress.
We went from a place where people thought that, you know, we were going to stay in that darkness forever. But we showed this region, we showed this state, we're showing this country that, you know, if you stick together, you work together, that you can accomplish some amazing things as a city.
And that was Faith King reporting.